What's good, everybody? It's John. I'm coming back at you on another video. So this video here, I've titled it "Observers Win Sometimes, Dreamers Win Forever." So before I jump into it, I want to first provide some background information, right? At least further explain what an observer is and then eventually a dreamer, right? So an observer is simply someone who is focused or fixated on the facts of their lives, right? As far as what's going on, what their senses can pick up, right? What's been going on, the current information, right? Whether all the variables, all the components of their life right now as we speak, and everything that's unfolding in the present moment right now, right? That is someone who is an observer, and I say that observers win sometimes because if you're reacting based off of the facts of your life, based on what's unfolding right now, based on what's happening, if all your attention goes there, then when things are going well for you, they'll continue to get better, right? They'll continue to get better and better and better because when good things are flowing into your life, of course, you're happy, you're smiling, you're celebrating, and that is a great thing. However, for observers, the downside to that as well is if you hit a rough patch or if things aren't going so well. Because if things aren't going so well and all of your attention and focus is on that component that isn't going well for you, then you're going to be probably frustrated, probably disappointed, right? Your energy is going to be matching whatever is happening in your life. And so it's more challenging to maintain that consistency all across the board if you're constantly just reacting. Observers are generally people who react, right? React to life rather than responding. Now, the dreamers, you can also label these as people that respond to life, but the dreamers, those are people that are constantly using their imagination, right? Constantly dream building and creating the picture in their mind of the life that they want to live, right? And the terms, all the components, they continue painting that picture and fall in love with that picture, right? Begin living in that picture. And so the reason why dreamers win forever is because dreamers pay less attention to the current facts of their lives, to what is actually happening right now, and they'll just focus all their attention on the life that they want to live and stepping that dream image of themselves, that version of themselves, stepping into that, right? So you're not paying attention to the current facts of your life, right? You're not looking at your bank account and probably only seeing a few numbers there and being frustrated that that number is where it's at, right? A dreamer isn't thinking about that. A dreamer looks at that and say, you know what? That's not reflective of my true worth and who I am as a person and what I can offer, right? That's not reflective at all. What's reflective is this amount, or what's reflective is this home that I'm gonna soon be living in. What's reflective is this, right? And painting the dream life and stepping into and living that. That is why a dreamer wins forever, because they're not allowing their circumstances to dictate their emotions, to dictate how they're feeling, right? They can still find joy and excitement and optimism and still be eager for the future and what's to come, because dreamers create their future. Dreamers understand that they're the ones putting forth the energy for the future, right? They're actively creating the future. So dreamers are not afraid of the future. They're not afraid of the unknown because they understand that the unknown and the future is all friendly. They understand that there's good things lined up and good things are on the way. Dreamers create the lives that they want to live. These are the true creators. That is someone who is powerful beyond measure. That is someone who is practically invincible, right? Because they understand that somehow, some way, everything's gonna work itself out, and they're gonna soon be living their dream life. They're gonna soon, if it's that dream car they want, you know that soon enough you're gonna be driving that car, and you don't have a reason for it. You don't have an explanation for how it's gonna happen, but you know that it will. So there's reason for you to get excited, right? It's funny because I came across a video of someone talking about their dreams and aspirations. This was when this individual was a lot younger, and they had a desire of just wanting to have so much passive income that they didn't ever have to work. And that person was telling the story of how it all happened. And when I was sitting here listening to the story, I said, you know what, that actually sounds pretty nice, right? Being able to have passive income come in, right? Whether it's week after week, month after month, whatever it is, have passive income come in so that you don't ever have to work, and then you can live life on your own terms. And I thought about it the whole time. I said, you know what, like, that doesn't sound too bad, right? Like, if I was in a situation like that, it would be nice. You could probably get a spot right by the beach, and then just imagine being in the beach. And for me, like, if I'm laid out on the beach chair, right, I definitely gotta have a lot of sunscreen because I burn pretty easily, so I'm definitely gotta have a lot of sunscreen. But I'm gonna be laid down in the chair, right, and I could just imagine having like a fresh coconut, or just having like a pina colada, and being on the beach. Of course, a lot of beaches have like the restaurants right there by the water. And when I just look back to one of my recent trips, I remember at a restaurant right by the beach that they had the best like bacon and shrimp citrus tacos, and it was probably the best meal I could have asked for, right by the water. Like, it just felt, it tasted so fresh. It just reminded me of vacation, and I couldn't help but to smile thinking about that because it brought me back to those memories. But the entire time, right, I share this story. I know it sounded random, but I share this story because that is a dreamer. That's someone that you're always dream building. It's like you can hear a story from someone, or like in that case, right, the person that made a passive income. You just think about it, and you start thinking about yourself. Hey, like, that actually would be a lot of fun. And then you begin like stepping into the how your life would look like if you were in that situation, and then you can't help but to smile thinking about yourself having so much fun and painting the picture, right? Some of you would probably love to be in that position where you can just have money flowing in and you don't ever have to work, right? Where you can just live on the beach and have a good time. The funny part is there are people like that. Like, those people exist. We probably don't know them, right, by name, but I'm certain that those people exist, that they can just live on the beach and just have the most fun time living in a beach town where every day the weather's perfect and it's an adventure, it's a vacation each and every day, right? Those people exist, so that can happen. And even if no one has that lifestyle, you can be the first to have that, right? This is what I mean by being a dreamer. It's, you can hear things like that, and then you say, you know what, like, that would be nice to have, or let me put some thought into it and just imagine myself being in that position, right? And that's with everything. Dreamers are visionaries, right? Dreamers use their imagination to create the unseen. But the funny part is that when you use your imagination, create something in your mind, you can eventually hold it in your hand. You can have it. The fact that you are capable of imagining it, you can have it. So this is why dreamers win forever, because even if right now your current set of circumstances, even if things may not be to your liking entirely, you can still dream. And dreaming will get you excited. It will give you reason to keep going forward. It will give you purpose. And it'll help push you forward to the life that you want to live, right? To help create that life in your mind so that it can begin unfolding for you somehow, some way, right? Too many people have been trained to be observers, where it's, you might want something, right? You might have a dream home or dream car, but then the second you think about how you're going to be able to get the money, or how you're going to be able to make that purchase or obtain that vehicle or that house, immediately your idea gets shut down, because as an observer, you're looking to the left and you're looking to your right, and you're looking at your bank account and you're thinking to yourself, there's no possible way that it can happen. And so that dream ends right there. Even though it brought you so much joy, even though that's what you wanted, because you're smiling ear to ear every time you think about it, like, that is the home and that is the vehicle you want. And you can't help but to get excited because that's what gets you fired up. The observers will look around left and right and say, there's no way I could ever have that. And that's where the dream ends for most people. But the dreamers will fall in love with that. and say, you know what, I don't know how it's going to happen, but it will. I've seen myself in my mind already having it or being in possession of it or owning it. I've experienced it already in my mind. Who's to say that it's not already real? Who are you to say that it can't happen, right? These are the dreamers. This is why I say observers win sometimes. Because if things are going well for you in life and you're an observer, then of course you can maintain that momentum and that can propel you forward. But for most people in life, right, there may be bumps along the road. There might be obstacles from time to time. And that might move you off your trail. So when you're off your trail, right, and you remain an observer and you feel like you can't catch a break, for some people, they end up downward spiraling. They end up experiencing that negative emotion, and they're in that cycle, not aware that they need to break out of it, right? So a dreamer, this is someone who will win forever because they can just create the set of circumstances. They can just create their life with their imagination, with their dreams, and live it and experience it, and still have fun and make the most out of each and every moment, and still find the joy in anything, in any situation, in any scenario. This is why dreamers will win forever. Observers will win sometimes, right? When things are going well, they're going well, right? And when there's bumpy times, right? There's troubling times, that might continue for observers because they're just looking at the variables, the facts, the information of their life. Dreamers are looking past that and creating what it is that they want and living that dream, living through that dream. So that's why dreamers win forever. Hopefully, if you're watching this channel and you've been an observer, hopefully you take more time to dream build. Just think about how you want your life to be. Just fall in love with that idea without having any sort of answers or explanation for how something's going to happen to you, happen for you, because trying to figure out the details, trying to figure out the route, that's not your job. Leave that to a power greater than yourself. Just be a dreamer and just focus on what you want and focus on the life that you want to live. And it'll make its way to you in due time. So this is why observers win sometimes, but dreamers win forever. So that wraps up the video. If you enjoyed the video, do leave a like and subscribe, as we are on the road to 50 subscribers. So you made it this far. I want to say thank you for watching this video. See you guys. This is Joel, and I'm out. See you guys in the next video.